Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome once again to Allie's Books and Movies. Today I have an obscene haul for you guys today. I was really bad and bought quite a few books. So let's get to it. The first pile is the biggest pile, and that is ones that I found at thrift stores. Like I found 2 thrift stores this past month. This is a September haul, by the way, and it's a little late. Like I had originally shot a full-length one for the bulk of these books, but it really needed to be edited, and my boyfriend's kind of busy, and he can't help me edit it, and I really want to get this one up, so I'm just shooting this all in one go and putting it up. So, first pile I have... This first one here is called Art of Animation from Mickey Mouse and Beauty and the Beast by Bob Thomas. I am a Disney geek. I am obsessed with Disney. I've been studying it, like not just like watching the movies over and over again like everybody else has, but I've been studying the production, the animation, like all of it for years and years. And this is just yet another one of the books that I wanted to add to my collection that goes behind the scenes and talks about the making of and all that stuff. There's a couple more books that are coming out, like new ones that are coming out in the coming months that I'm definitely going to be grabbing because I am so excited to have them. The next one I have, well, this, by the way, was, I don't know what it was once upon a time because it doesn't have a price on the back, but I paid $15 for it, which in retrospect was kind of a mistake because I went on Amazon and found it for cheaper, but the time had passed to take it back, so I didn't. The next book I have is Writing About Movies by Karen Goxick and Richard Barsom. You can see that that's Amelie on the cover. I want to be a film critic, as well as librarian, as well as an artist. So I have a very eclectic taste. And this was only $5, and I already have one book for writing about movies, but I wanted this one. I want another one that's specifically about film criticisms and like how to write critiques, but for now this will do for me. The next book I have is Walt Disney, an American Original by Bob Thomas. I literally Googled the best and most unbiased biography of Mr. Disney because like so many people, like they either say he was all good or he was like a Nazi sympathizer or all this like other stuff that I kind of want to know the truth about, but I don't want it to come from somebody who's just like, this is the way it is. So I found this one that apparently was the best one, and it was only $10, and it's in very good condition, so I was happy about that. The next book I have, which I'm so excited about, is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. They had copies of it at my local chapters, but the cover design was the same as the other books they had there. It was like it was a series when it wasn't, but they were all way too similar, and I didn't like it. And I really wanted this one because it reminded me so much of the Hayao Miyazaki film, which I also love. So I haven't read this before, and I'm really excited to. So I got it for maybe $6 from the Book Depository in the UK. So I was so excited when that came in. The next book, actually the next set of books that I have, came from this bookstore that I found downtown. If you know me, probably not very well, but if you do, you'll know that I love the Dear Canada Diaries. I collect them. I have over 20 of them. I will be buried with these books. They are my favorite series, right up there with Nancy Drew and Harry Potter. And so what I found at the shop was a ton of them, like a huge stack of them for $5. And so I literally had to go through Amazon, see which ones were on my wish list, try to compare with the ones that I remembered that I had. And so I came up with a few. The first one is To Stand on My Own, the Polio Epidemic Diary of Noreen Robertson. They don't say the author's names on, like, they say the last name on the back of the spine, but I don't want to open up and try to find the first name. Hayworth Attard, that's like the one on the side. That's the author. But yes, this one obviously is going to be about the polio epidemic, and I'm excited. It takes place in the year 1937. The next one I have is A Season for Miracles, 12 Tales of Christmas, and so it's assorted authors, and there are 2 of these out, this one and then another one that are Christmas themed with a bunch of short stories. One of them, I believe, is like 12 short original stories, but I think this one, which came out first, has like Christmas chapters of Dear Canada Diaries from the past, and so it's just like an extra chapter for them, like a novella sequel kind of thing. But very brief. Anyway, the next one that I found was, actually, what is this doing in here? Ha! This one's been there forever, and I just haven't read it yet. Sorry. I only had 3. Okay. The last one that I have is A Tale of Broken Dreams, The Gold Rush Diary of Harriet Palmer, also by Haworth Attard. That's so cool. This one is a fairly old one. It's like, I don't know how old it is, but I never bought it because it's so skinny that it was like $15.99 and I didn't want to pay. But I found it for $5 and it's in perfect condition. That's the great thing about all 3 of these are in absolutely perfect condition, and so I couldn't ask for anything more where those are concerned. Very happy about that. The next book that I found was Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I love this copy. Like, I think it's so mysterious and haunting, and I had this once upon a time for my grade 11 writing class, but as you could probably guess, it got all highlighted with those little tabs on the side and just beat up and scratched up, and I wanted a newer copy from, like, because this is the Premier Classics edition. You know how I mentioned in my last video that they're going in chapters now for $5. This was not among them, sadly, but I found this perfect condition one at this bookstore, used bookstore, for $5, so I lucked out there. The next book that I also found at that bookstore, in fact, no, it's not the end of it, but whatever. This one is Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, An Art in Its Making, by Martin Krause and Linda Witkowski. I've never heard of them, but, and I never heard of this book until I found it in the art section at this little bookstore. Look how little it is. It's so cute. I'm just going to, like, toss it in my purse and read it. I don't know. I'm going to put this in my purse so that if I ever go out and I finish the book that I'm reading while on the bus, I will have this as a backup book. That is totally what I'm going to do. That's so awesome. But yes, it's The Making of Snow White. Just this fascinating behind-the-scenes look, and I'm so excited to have it, and I didn't even know it existed. I think I got it for $8 when it was once $15, so that's good. The next book that I got, well, actually, I'll talk about this one first. This is Decline of the English Murder by George Orwell. I think it is a series of essays, yes it is, about why the English are so obsessed with murder. Of course, this was published back in, oh wow. So this this thing of essays first came out in 1984. How ironic. But all these essays came out at a bunch of different years. So suffice it to say, I believe it's first half of the 20th century. So I just love it. You can't tell, but it's so raised and textured, and it just feels so cool. And it's just in perfect condition, and I got it for $10, and I never heard of it, but I wanted to add more Orwell to my collection, which happened to work out because I bought a book of short stories by Robert Louis Stevenson for a friend, and in return, she gave me this beautiful new copy of 1984 by George Orwell. Normally, it's $10.99. At Chapters, and I just never took the step to buy it, but she gave it to me for free, and so it's so awesome because now I have both. Like, I took an Instagram picture, actually. I'm gonna get started on Instagram and linking it to my channel and everything. I gotta do that soon. But irregardless, I have these, and now I have this, so I've got quite a little collection of Orwell started, and which is awesome. The next book that I have, which I was so excited about because it was how I got introduced to this newest bookstore that's downtown. I called it, and I'd never been there before, and I was like, this is a dumb question, but do you have Outlander? And she was like, we actually do. Are you going to come in today? Because I get asked twice a day. And I was like, I'm on my way. And I got this copy of Outlander for $5. Yes, I did. And it's normally $13. And it's in really good condition, actually, surprisingly really good condition. But I saw Tashopolis's video on Outlander, and I watched the trailer for the series, and it looks so friggin' amazing. So I am definitely going to hop on this. And I understand the series has just reached its 6-week, I don't know how long, hiatus, and it's not coming back for quite a while. Like, it's a mid-season stop. And so that gives me plenty of time to read the book, at least read the book and follow the TV series until I reach the halfway point or whatever, and then resume again. Either way, I'm so excited to be doing this because this book was originally published in 1991, the year I was born, so I think that's pretty cool. The next 2 books I have, which is so exciting to me, are books 3 and 5 of The Spiderwick Chronicles by Holly Black and Tony DiTerlizzi. I'm so thrilled to have these. I think I found them for, what was it? I don't remember what I found this one. $3 for this one. And $6.50 for this one, so it's a little more expensive. But it is the thickest of the bunch. And I'm so happy because I have them all now. I have all 5 of them, so I can actually read them, which is so exciting. And I found them all for used and in perfect condition. So I consider this a major book buying victory for moi. I do. The next book I have is More Perfect Than the Moon by Patricia McLaughlin. I got this for $1.50 at Value Village. Patricia McLaughlin wrote Sarah Plain and Tall, which a lot of us Canadian children had to read growing up, just a little thin book. But it was followed by the sequels Skylark, which I also have, and Caleb's Story, which I also have, and More Perfect Than the Moon. This one. I'm not sure. Yes, this is the 4th one. And the second last one. The only other one is Grandfather's Dance, and I believe that's it for the series. And I just read those like a couple months ago. And I found this, and it's in perfect condition, and I'd like to have the quintet. So I'm one step closer to that. The next book I got for $3 was On the Other Side of the Hill by Roger Lee McBride. You've heard of the Little House on the Prairie series. Well, I have almost all of the Laura Ingalls Wilder books, but what I wanted to do was, because even though they're not by Laura Ingalls Wilder, unfortunately, all of them, there are ones going back to like her great-grandmother, Martha, I want to say her name was, Martha, and the other woman, and then Caroline, and then Laura, and then her daughter Rose. And I wanted to collect all of them and then read them all at once, like back to back. I just thought that would be so much fun. So I'm one step closer to that. Apparently it's really hard to find all the other books. Like, they must not have done so well, so they only like released one set of editions. But I'm still on a mission, and I occasionally find them, so that was great. The next book I have is All the Available Light, a Marilyn Monroe reader, which is a collection of essays on Marilyn Monroe, and I'm fascinated by Marilyn Monroe. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find apparently the #1 biography of her, like the unbiased biography like I was talking about with Walt Disney. That's by David Spotto, and I could order it off Amazon, but I just haven't done it. But this is the next best thing. I just stumbled upon this at a used bookstore for $8. It's just a collection of essays covering all the topics from the sex and her education and how she was exploited and just like all these different facets of her life and her career, which I'm excited to learn about. The last book that I got for used was, this is such an amazing find. It's Animal Vegetable Miracle, 4 Years of Food Life by Barbara Kingsolver. Jeez. This is amazing. I've wanted this for a long time, and I found it for like $3 at Value Village, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's in perfect condition. Hardcover. I would never have expected. It was once $34, and I got it for $3. That's so cool. It's about a woman and her family who it's a memoir. If you couldn't tell, memoir. She covers. Sorry, not 4 years of food life, a year of food life, because I know it's a year-long journey where they either grow all their food or buy it locally. And it includes recipes and everything for like seasonal stuff. Like you think, what are you going to make in the wintertime when nothing grows? But she does it, and I'm so excited to read this. I've been wanting to find it used. I didn't want to cave and buy it new because I knew it was a little bit older, and I thought that I could find it, and I did. So that was great. Let's see, the next 2 books that I have here are ones that I got from Walmart on their 40% off, so they're like reduced priced. And the first one I got is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I know I'm hopping on this bandwagon like late, like really, really, really late, but I have it. And I have now all his other books that were just written by him. Like I don't have the two or three books that he wrote with other authors, but I have this one, and An Abundance of Catherines, and Paper Towns, and Looking for Alaska. So I have this. So I should probably read them. I should probably get to reading John Green because I keep collecting his stuff. But yes, I got this for super cheap, like $8. So that was pretty cool. The last book that I got at reduced price was I Am Malala, How One Girl Stood Up for Education and Changed the World by, obviously, Malala Yousafzai. Sorry if I couldn't pronounce it. With Patricia McCormick. This is the Young Readers edition that recently came out. I got it for $11 because I wanted to read her story, but I'm half regretting buying this because I didn't realize how much content had been altered. I understood they took out a lot of the graphic details, which is understandable for children. But I'm wondering if that just took a lot out of it for me that, like, I won't appreciate it as much. But they also took out a lot of the political content and, like, her family's backstory, which I guess I'll find this maybe easier to follow. But still, I still plan to read it, though. Absolutely. Very excited to learn more about this brave young woman. The last 3 books, finally, we're nearing the end. The last 3 books are ones that I ended up paying full price for. And the first one is The Pirate's Wish by Cassandra Rose Clark. This is the second book in the Assassin's duology. So I have them both. And I'm so happy because they're beautiful. They're contrasting colors. Or rather, complementary colors on the color wheel. I think I Instagram these as well because I think they're so beautiful. I love the blue one more because the orange is kind of but this is an interesting beast. Interesting. Yes, about a pirate, princess, and an assassin. That is basically all I know about this, other than that, and that they're really good. And they're pretty sizable too, so that was great. And this was only, I think, like $10. And I just ordered it into chapters because, like I said, I've mentioned before, this publisher is going out of business, and so now I own 2 books that are out of print, which is pretty exciting for me. Okay, second last book is the newest Dear Canada Diary. It just came out literally September 1st, and it is Flame and Ashes, The Great Fire Diary of Triffy Windsor by McNaughton. Yes, so there's a fire. This takes place in 1892. I don't know too much about it beyond that, but I know, it's sad, kind of, because I'm a Canadian, and I don't know as much about history as I should, so I should know about events like these, but I think it's beneficial at the same time because I read these over and over again, and so history can stick in my mind that way, and that way I'm educated at the same time. And the last book that I have, which I wouldn't say I'm the most excited about all of these, but pretty darn close, like, I'm so thrilled because it literally came out just yesterday. And, I should have put this on the 40% off because it was on the 40% off. Got it for $20. I just gave it away. But here it is. Not That Kind of Girl. A Young Woman Tells You What She's Learned by Lena Dunham. Ah! It just came out. I love the 80s design. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Look at the ballet shoes and the writing. It's just this baby blue cover. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have that. And like, look at the inside. Like, there's an illustrator in here that just does little illustrations. So, in case you didn't know about this, this is by Lena Dunham, the creator of Girls. She directed and starred in a movie called Tiny Furniture in 2011, which I absolutely enjoyed. She knew Nora Ephron, and she writes about just everything. She covers everything in this book of essays, and I'm so excited to have this. It's beautiful. I'm so excited to have it. So that is the 23 books. Well, 22, because one of them, Flame and Ashes, was given to me as a present by my boyfriend, Sarah. Yeah, it was good. And yeah, keep in mind, I bought these all like a month ago. Like, a good chunk of them were bought over a month ago, and I filmed the video, but like I said, I couldn't edit it, and this one is absolutely obscene. Oh my god, look how long this video is. If you've stuck around this long, thank you very much, and please tell me, have you read any of these books, and which one do you think that I should pick up first? Let me know in the comments below, or if not, that's okay. It's fine. Just please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon with probably my wrap-up and my TBR. And I think I have a DVD haul coming soon, too. I found a bunch of DVDs for super cheap, and so I thought it was really exciting and decided I wanted to share it on YouTube. So, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.